Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here because I am quite offended for Justin Baldoni because I just recently read in an article that New York Times scratch that a judge has allegedly ordered Justin Baldoni's production company Wayfarer Studio to pay 171 million to New York Times. Yes, the magazine company or news article company, however they decide to categorize themselves. He is ordered to pay them in reimbursement fees for I guess them printing and running articles on a what was it? On a baseless, a shameless, was it, did they say? Because it was disclosed. I'm trying to find it. Hold up. I want to quote them right. Here we go. Baseless defamation lawsuit. All because his lawsuit got dismissed out of court. And it's not, I mean, yes, it was part of Justin Baldoni, but we all know, I'm sure we all hear conspiracists know really underneath, it was Blake Lively who had asked for a dismissal because she was the one who even started this. So why is it that now New York Times is going to say this was a baseless defamation lawsuit and we would like you to repay us 171,000 141 million. Sorry, that was a number that was even hard for me to comprehend. No, 100. Yeah, 100. Hold up. This is such a large number. No, yeah. Is that 1,000 or is that 1,000,000? Rusky. 171,000. That's all they're asking for. Literally, it's not even 1,000,000. 171,000. I mean, sure, that's a bit hefty out of his check, but New York Times is actually requesting money all because his lawsuit got dismissed out of court. So I think the New York Times has their feelings hurt and they would like their money back for what I guess they added. I know they made way more than that. But anyway, that besides the point, who asked for way more than they needed to. Blake Lively asked for 8 million. So Justin Baldoni is trying to get that reduced so he doesn't have to pay that back to Blake Lively because she wants a reimbursement. Everybody wants a reimbursement from Justin Baldoni. And was it Justin Baldoni that asked for this lawsuit? I'm curious. Now, I know we could say he said some offensive things along the way, and I do not forget that Emily Baldoni out here just recently for their 13th wedding anniversary that she posted a picture of Justin Baldoni holding her up on their wedding day. And she said, "This is my favorite lift." And the internet went wild, going back to when Justin Baldoni basically called Blake Lively fat and got offended. So she's throwing shade at Blake Lively saying, "I'm not too fat for my husband to pick me up." Anyway, so because of that, people feel as though what is going on, if you guys had settled out of court, why is shade being thrown at? So because of that, we have all that going on. So I know that there's some people that could say Justin Baldoni's completely has some fault in it too. Everybody has some sort of fault in this at this point. Ryan Reynolds is also getting the bad end of it. The Hollywood is trying to basically run away from him as he's a star. And I just basically heard that he's hiding undercover so that way he doesn't get spotted. Why is Ryan Reynolds trying to go undercover? Please make that one make sense. If there's something that you're not ashamed of your wife because of the lawsuit and the mess that she has created in Hollywood. That's why I'm like, why is Justin Baldoni getting the bad end of it? But everybody's getting a bad end of it because Blake's suffering, Justin's suffering, everybody's suffering. Blake got disinvited from Taylor Swift's wedding. So, everybody is really not recovering from it ends with us. It really did end with you guys, for real. It is a running joke that I will keep running because that was just the movie none of you guys should have worked on, because it just seems to end both of your careers. But it was definitely needed to bring whatever needed to be brought up. But all that being said, I wanted to play Justin Baldoni and his wife's apology video because I know that had came out a few weeks ago and I didn't cover the topic because that was shortly after I had talked about I think this was shortly after, no, this was a while after Blake Lively popped out at the Met Gala just after they settled out of court. Same day, actually. Yeah, that's why I was just like, I'm pretty sure we all know that it was Blake that decided to dismiss the case, but because they both came to a mutual agreement that it should be dismissed, Baldoni apparently. So can we, New York Times, can we please tell me why we're not suing Blake Lively? Like, if that's the case, it took two to make the case. You can't sue yourself and take your own self to court. So can we also have the same energy for Blake Lively? I'm just saying, unless there's some sort of favoritism going on in the higher up industry, I don't know, but I just wanted to pull some cards on Justin Baldoni. Now, those were all my feelings. You can call me biased if you want to. Like I told you right off the very bat before I even said anything, I was quite offended for Justin Baldoni, my own self. So I just wanted to pull some cards just to check on his mental, but I wanted to get my grievances out before I even started on it. So here's what him and his wife had to say. I'm not going to play the full 2-minute clip, but hey, you'll get to see how jolly and in good spirits they are, which I guess is a kind of good thing that you can have after going through this. I don't know. Let me just switch over.
All right, so how are we doing? That's
How are we
when people
doing?
see us on the street.
And also that way, before we get into the reading, you hear from Justin Baldoni's mouth himself how he is feeling and going through this before I dive into the cards. So it's like, I got my grievances, and I'm going to hear from Justin Baldoni, and then the cards are going to probably echo his same sentiment. I'm just suggesting. I'm just guessing here.
How are you? We are healing. And if you've ever been through something traumatic, you know that healing isn't linear. It looks different every day. And we have had to rethink for ourselves what is real.
Sorry, he's going to say what is real, but, or really, but I do say that all the time, that you just gotta take it one step at a time. Hold on, what did he say? That was really good. I just wanted to go back because I do echo that sentiment sometimes.
Different every day.
All right, yes, healing is not a linear journey, that you have your ups and your downs. So because of that, it's okay. It's healing, recovering, anything like that. Health is just an up and down thing that is, nothing is like truly perfect or truly happening in sequence, because that will be truly perfect. So it has to be a bit wavy, a bit unpredictable. So because of that, I totally echo that sentiment. Just saying.
And we have had to rethink for ourselves what is real and what matters. And
It's this.
it's this.
The kids.
It's our family.
Yeah.
It's our friends. It's our community
Our
who have
faith.
been there for us. It's our faith. I think we're closer and more devoted and steadfast in our faith than we've ever been. Also, this has been on both of our hearts. There were so many of you who, when we didn't have a voice, were our voice.
on. And there goes his apology. But anyway, that's all I wanted to play for you guys. So you see his sentiment. You got a little taste of it. Like I said, if you want to go look it up, you can find it on TikTok or Google. Just look up Justin Baldoni and his wife video, and that should pop up. That's what I looked up to find it on TikTok. So with that being said, that was the video that they said. A little snippet is about 2 minutes in total. I wasn't trying to keep you guys for that full video. However, let's just pull some cards to see how he's feeling since that very moment. And now paired with New York Times, how is this healing? Like he said, it's not linear, so it sounds like it's a down. But hey, it sounds like it's great all at the same time because he's celebrating. Like he said, what's important? Family, love, 13 years of marriage. So yeah, he got hit that reimbursement lawsuit, but that doesn't mean that it's bringing down his anniversary day because him and his wife are stronger than ever, or so we say, or so we will see by the cards. God, where's my English today? Oh, all right, Justin, how are you feeling right now? Everything that is going on still with, does it end with you? We have the Hermit, go figure. The Block, of course. The Star, interesting. Foundation, the Page of Pentacles. The Past is the Emperor. And the Head is the Queen of Wands. Okay. And moving forward, the Five of Swords. You know? The best way I gotta say it, and this might be a weird way to phrase it, but it's a healthy mixture of positivity and struggle all at the same time. So because of that, you're just like, how's that a healthy balance to have all of that? Because I don't see anything that is too... Well, you know, I could be standing wrong because the Block card is the Star. And we always say that the Star symbolizes hope against hope. When you're down and in the rough, you're hoping and you're trying to pray, wish, and will something into existence that's going to change the reality that you are in. And here is Justin Baldoni in the Hermit position, trying to seek some inner guidance, seek some wisdom within inside of himself. And while he's doing that, what is challenging him or persisting or nagging him right now currently in life is the Star, is the hope, is hoping, is looking for a better future, looking for when this 2-year lawsuit is finally going to get out of his life kind of energy. And we have the Page of Pentacles. It's kind of starting to nag at his, eat away at his finances. I'm kind of getting with the Page of Pentacles because the page symbolizes like beginning sparks. It's like baby sparks, and it's like baby finances or like a baby hole, and the like a baby hole that's being hit in your pocket or your wallet, and he's starting to feel it a little bit. But anything that's got him sweating, but it does got him thinking, how and which ways can I make this work and make things different and change the outcome for a better future? The Hermit mode, Hermit fixer mode kind of energy. The Emperor. Very fitting for the past and very fitting for now. The Emperor, somebody who takes charge, takes authority, rules the empire. He's like the king, the one that runs it all, and he is still running it no matter how much it is a struggle, how the hardships that it's going through. It's like, I got us in this and I'm gonna find a way to get us out of it kind of thing. Like taking full responsibility, really being like the man masculine kind of like divine masculine energy is what I'm getting when I see the Emperor, because that's truly what it is. But then we see here all at the same time up in his head is the Queen of Wands. Very fitting for the Emperor, but yet the Emperor rules over the King of Wands, who partners the Queen of Wands. So that makes me wonder, they're like on the same page. Could the Queen of Wands be his wife? Not saying that he's above his wife, but like even the, almost it does feel that way, because like I said, a healthy balance, because even though the queen is at like the crown at the very top, and the emperor is in the past and the reserved in the backgrounds behind the scenes, you still see the emperor has some strength and still has some authority, while the queen, while the woman guides, talks, soothes kind of energy, does divine feminine energy, even though it's not the earth kind of energy like the empress, but still it's the queen of wands, somebody who is able to almost match the emperor in intensity, in authority, in what she is able to do. Maybe there's not much she can do in this situation, given the fact that it is out of her jurisdiction, because she may not be an actor. She may not be this, that, and the third. So there's nothing that truly has her attached to it. And all she is on the sidelines and be a supportive wife from a distance and help him go through this. And he is taking on the man's side, where he is taking it on, taking it strong. I'm not sure if they have kids or if they're trying to plan on having kids, but all those different things going on, showing like what does like the man of the house supposed to do kind of thing. Something that's really core within inside of himself, bringing us back to that hierophant, that inner soul searching of who am I truly kind of energy. And then we see here we're met with the Five of Swords moving forward. It's like all the friction is starting to, again with that page, starting to weigh on him. He was able to hold it up for a good 2 years, but like I said, he ain't sweating yet, but he getting there. He feeling the temperature rise up. We see the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Those are the two fire cards, and honestly, we don't need any more fire than that. So with that being said, I'm going to pull some cards as a surrounding influence. I'm sorry, I thought I just heard a sound just now. But I'm going to pull some cards to feel out how Justin Baldoni is feeling about his career, honestly. Actually, no. I said I wanted to know what was going on in his marriage. Let's see. Justin Baldoni and Emily Baldoni. Emily and Justin. 13 years of marriage. How's it going? Your last 2 years of anniversaries hasn't been quite fun dealing with this. So, we have the Tower. We have a privileged lady. We have the wise owls. And we have the community. Courthouse. Toil and labor. Books. Okay, I really did like that. Those three cards was just able to see it, but the courthouse had me keep digging for more. So what I see here is, okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself, pulling out all these cards. So we see the Tower and the privileged lady. Emily being the privileged lady. Queen of Wands kind of energy. She is protected, secluded, isolated, up in the tower kind of energy, as I was saying. And that echoes the hermit energy, a sense of seclusion, isolation. But then we compound that with the Emperor and then the Queen of Wands. So now we have the Queen of Wands / privileged lady in the tower, or in a secluded, isolated bubble, trying to be protected. And we have the Emperor out here stepping outside of the tower, seeing what's going on in the courthouse, what's going around in their environment, making sure everything is good for the home kind of energy. So that's what I'm seeing, and how their marriage is going at this current moment, especially given the 13 years and that they're celebrating 13 years of anniversaries. But we have the wise owl, and then we have the community, which is quite interesting, because that seems like one bubble, and now we got like another bubble that has to deal with the outside, the community. But then the community has the owl. Like, are we supposed to be the wise ones, or are you guys wise to not get caught up and swift up in what the internet / community has to say. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I don't know how the community taps into their marriage unless it's going to have an effect on them. Like I said, whatever's stressing him out, that's why he's starting to call on the star a little bit, because maybe it's starting to weigh down on his marriage a little bit. And while they are wise, mature, and understand that this is just a fleeting moment at the time, you start getting a little weary. A couple of months turn into a year turns into 2 years, 2 years turns into 4 years. It's like, when is it going to be the end? When is it going to be enough? Like they say, when is enough enough? When are you going to call enough? And, Justin Baldoni is finally at his enough point where he's like, okay, when is something going to change and go in my favor, in the sense that I kind of feel. However, we have the courthouse here. We have the toil and labor, which he is definitely doing in the courthouse for sure. But then we have the books, some secrecy. There's something. That's why I said, I'm not putting everything past Justin Baldoni, because we definitely do see here with the books that there is some secrets, that there is definitely something that we don't know that could have maybe kept it in court for so long. And maybe that's why the New York Times feels like at the end of the day, a defamation lawsuit turned into nothing but baseless accusations, because of what you were doing, what you were saying, keeping and fueling us. So all those different things is like New York Times starting to feel like they got had, and the like Justin Baldoni was perpetuating all these lies and allegations just to keep them in court, just to keep people talking about him and his career and stuff like that. So all those different things could be, is like, finally, but he's gotten some attention. Blake Lively put attention on him, and I'm being like pretty raw and unfiltered in this episode, but just being his, I don't want to say his authentic self or true to his nature, but being attention seeking, he decided to use it to his benefit to get some clout from Blake Lively. I'm just saying how maybe the New York Times could be feeling, of why they feel like, pay us what you owe us, because you had us, no other news company, but we value our time and we value what we feed our viewers. And just for this to, after all this time, after all that talk, just for it to be nothing, New York Times is a bit annoyed at Justin Baldoni. So this book symbolizes maybe there could be something truly to what we may not know, because like they say, sometimes one person has to be painted as victim, but sometimes you don't know who the true victim is in the situation, if there's a victim at all. Sometimes there's just no fault kind of play situation, but it's getting complicated. Who really wants to keep talking about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively? It's been 2 years. They finally settled out of court, great. But we still got a whole lot of other things that are keeping our Justin Baldoni's names in our mouth. So with that being said, it's like a bittersweet kind of thing. It's like, great, it's over, but there's still the residual backlash that is still coming from it. And the New York Times just happens to be one of those things. So we'll see what comes down the pipeline in the future, Five of Swords. But whatever it is, are we going to find out some more things? Because I feel like we really didn't hear much from Justin Baldoni's team. We heard all about Blake Lively and Taylor Swift and stuff like that. So what about Justin Baldoni? Like, what stuff was out there on him? Like, please let me know that all down below in the comments, because like I said, I'm not trying to paint anybody greater than thou. So that being said, but what I do definitely see here is that it is it's, even though it's finally over, kind of like a weight lifted off his shoulder, there's still other things that are coming in. There are still other things. Like I said, everybody is having a trouble. Ryan Reynolds, go look it up, is out here having a struggle in the movie industries. That was probably already coming down the pipeline, but Blake Lively didn't help it. So with that being said, and also we already know that it was starting to affect Blake Lively's marriage. So only on the flip side, it should start to affect Justin Baldoni's marriage. So everybody suffered from this defamation lawsuit. So with that being said, that's why I'm like, can we put it as a no fault instead of somebody at fault? At least that way we can agree to disagree kind of thing. But hey, honestly, if some things can come out about Justin Baldoni, let me know about down below in the comments what I may not know. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Justin, seeing how he's coping. He's coping. He's being the man of the house, but he's definitely getting worn out from the situation, and it might be starting to affect his finances, and he's trying to figure out ways to compensate, not overcompensate, but compensate. So for that being said, please give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, subscribe, and become a beautiful sunflower, and spread those beautiful sunflower seeds all over this earth. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. You know what I say before I go: hype us up, subscribe to us, and don't forget to thumb us up. Hey, sunflowers.